Tribulation. Defined as extreme persecution, a cause of great trouble or suffering. Also named the great distress or just distress in Jacob's trouble. Jeremiah 37:0. For great is that day, there is none like it. And it is the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. Explaining the Scriptures. In Hebrew, distress or trouble is pronounced tezerah. Let's look at this word persecution. Please notice all these words related to persecution: harassment, oppression, maltreatment, torture, suffering, torment, bullying, abuse, harm, mistreatment. We can go on and on with this. Now let's look at the word tribulation and the words related to it. Misfortune, trials, suffering, pain, distress, problems, hardship, misery. And again, we can go on and on. I am certain you have noticed that these words tribulation, distress and persecution are words not good to have in our lives. However, they are very much a part of our lives in some way or another. This is the issues that we are having and have had with slavery, jobs, harassment, prison, lack of money, lack of food, lack of clothing, bad health, no understanding, no knowledge, no wisdom, and on and on. Some will have a type of tribulation until death, and some to a hard life in some way or another. Your life may be going okay, however, someone you know might be stressing you by their troubled life. Parents may be doing okay, but their children may bring much hardship. We are at this time, living in our tribulation. This is what Deuteronomy 28:15-68 is speaking of. Because the children of Israel has not guarded and kept the Most High's commands, we are now living in the years of Deuteronomy's 28:15-68 tribulation. For many years, in one way or another, we have been taught that the tribulation will start on the day of the Messiah's return. This is not at all correct. Churches, schools, books, movies and just people in general have stated this incorrect teaching. In truth, Jacob's trouble, the tribulations, started only a few years after the Messiah's going up into the heavens, Acts 1:9. The prophecy of Zechariah 13:8-9 speaks of this, 2/3 killed and 1/3 into the fire of the tribulation. However, the tribulations has not come just because we did not guard and keep the commands. Today it is more so, because our forefathers and even us today did not trust in Yahuwah the Son whom the Father sent. Because of this, we are under the wrath of the Father, which has brought about the great distress, until his wrath is complete. John 3:36 tells us, "He who believes in the Son possesses everlasting life, but he who does not obey the Son shall not see life, but the wrath of Elohim remains on him." Around the time of 70 AD the tribulation started when the Roman Empire came into Yisrael and killed 2/3 of the children of Yisrael living in Yisrael at the time. Another 1/3 was taken into captivity. The third of Yisrael being taken into the fire of Zechariah 13:9 is the beginning of Jacob's trouble, the tribulation. The book of Daniel and Matthew 24:15 also speaks of this, naming the day of the Roman Empire's destruction the abomination that lays waste or abomination of desolation. Matthew 24:21. For then there shall be great distress, such as has not been since the beginning of the world until this time, no, nor ever shall be. Is there any escape from this tribulation? The only thing we, the Israelites, can do to make it better as an individual, or as a group, or family, is guard and keep the Most High's commands in the place where we live, as Daniel did at the time of his captivity. This is the same as what Romans 13:3 speaks of, doing good to receive no persecution or tribulations. Here is the good news. In Revelation 7:3 the four angels are told, "Do not harm the earth, until we have sealed the servants of our Elohim upon their foreheads." Next, we read in Revelation 7-9, "The great crowd or multitude." These are all the children of Yisrael. We are somewhere in that crowd. Now, hear this well. This is not the tribulations but instead the end of the tribulations of Yisrael. Revelations chapter 8 is the beginning of the plagues, without the children of Yisrael in it. Now read Revelation 7:14. Here we are coming out of the tribulation, that great distress. Who are these dressed in white robes? Revelation 7:14 And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said to me, These are they which came out of great tribulation, and have washed their robes, and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Again. Revelation 7:14. These are those coming out of the great distress, having washed their robes and made them white in the blood of the Lamb. Although, we all have our own tribulation in today's time, as it may be, fear only Elohim and trust in His Son Yahuwah, and we will have no need for fear of anything else. Do your very best in guarding and keeping the commands. Most of all, trust in the Messiah of the Most High. With that, we need not worry towards today's tribulation, the wrath of the Elohim. Praise Yah. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Please add comments regarding the subject of this explanation. Also, please subscribe to this channel to be notified of many other explanations explaining the scriptures. Thank you for your time. Shalom always.